Dear friends, today we will learn about electromagnetic spectrum. Now, at the time Maxwell predicted the existence of electromagnetic waves, the only familiar electromagnetic waves were the visible lights. So, initially there was only that is visible light that was known as non electromagnetic spectrum, and generally we know that this visible light contains around 7 colors that we will very well known as Vibgyor. We have 7 color combination, so Vibgyor is the part. We all know these colors, that is violet, then indigo, then blue, then green, this is very well known, then yellow, then orange and red. We also know that these 7 colors are contained by that is rainbow. So in rainbow there are 7 colors, that is the visible light, and this visible light is very well known as electromagnetic waves. The existence of ultraviolet and infrared waves was also barely established at the time of Maxwell, but by the end of the 19th century, X-rays and gamma rays had also been discovered. Now we know that electromagnetic waves include visible light waves, X-rays, gamma rays, radio waves, microwaves, ultraviolet and infrared waves. So the classification of electromagnetic waves according to frequency is in the electromagnetic spectrum, and there is no sharp division between one kind of wave and the next. So now we will learn the classification of these electromagnetic waves in there, that is decreasing wavelength sequence. So here we will understand one thing, that if wavelength is decreasing, so wavelength is decreasing, at the same time frequency will increase. So if wavelength is more, then obviously frequency will be less, and if that wavelength will be less, then frequency will be more. Now this combination is very well established by the equation C is equals to lambda F. We know that the value of C, that is the value of C is fixed. Now if the value of C is fixed, then we can simply consider that if lambda is increasing, then obviously frequency will be decreasing, and in the same way if lambda is decreasing, then frequency must increase. So whatever will happen, the value of C that remains constant. So now we will understand that how these waves are calculated and explained in their decreasing wavelength. That means first we will study the radio waves. The radio waves is having the highest frequency, highest wavelength. So radio waves are the waves with highest wavelength, or we can say that they are having comparatively less frequency. So radio waves are produced by the accelerated motion of charges in conducting wires. So here how they are produced? So produced by, we can say that they are produced by accelerated charger. So accelerated charges in conducting wires. So this is first thing that we can say that how they are produced, where they are used basically. So they are used in radio and television communication system. So they are used in radio and TV communication. So this is the use of them. They are generally in the frequency range from 500 kilohertz to about 1000 megahertz. So their frequency range generally lasts from 500 kilohertz to 1000 megahertz. Or we can also explain that it can be explained with the example that 500 kilohertz that can be explained with 0.5 megahertz to, here we can say that about 10 raised to 9 hertz, or it can be considered as 1 gigahertz. So this is the basic frequency range of radio waves. We can say that we used it in different type of radio communication, like amplitude modulated wave that lasts from 530 kilohertz to about 1710 kilohertz. Higher frequencies up to 54 megahertz are used for short wave bands. TV waves range from 54 megahertz to about 890 megahertz. So the frequency modulated radio band extended from 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. So cellular phones uses radio waves to transit voice communication in the ultra high frequency band. So these are the basic uses and information about the radio wave. Second wave that is coming in the decreasing wavelength, that is microwaves. So here we can say that second we can explain about microwaves. We are very well aware with the word microwave oven. So we can also consider the imagination or imagine that microwave oven. Microwaves, which are short wavelength radio waves with frequencies in the gigahertz range. They are produced by special vacuum tubes. So they are produced by a special vacuum tube. So generally vacuum tubes are used to produce that microwave. Then what we can say, like a klystron or magnetron or a gun diodes, which are the sources. So that vacuum tubes, which are also generally considered as gun diodes. So we can say that gun diodes. Then another, that is magnetrons. They are the sources of, or klystrons. So they are the sources of microwaves. Due to their short wavelength, they are suitable for the radar system used in aircraft navigation. So they are used for a radar system that is for a radar system, and their short wavelength are useful for that. Radar serves also provides the basis of the speed guns used to time fast balls, tennis serves, and automobiles. Microwave ovens are an interesting domestic application of these waves. In such ovens, the frequency of the microwaves is selected to match the resonant frequency of water molecules so that energy from the wave is transferred efficiently to the kinetic energy of the molecules. This raises the temperature of any food containing water. So these are the uses of microwaves. So these were the second type of waves. Now we will learn the third wave, which are called as infrared waves. So the third part that will belongs to very well known as IR wave. They are also called as a heat waves. They are also given a name as a heat waves due to their nature of absorption of that heat that they are having. Now, infrared waves are produced by hot bodies and molecules. So they are produced by hot bodies and that is molecules. This band lies adjacent to the low frequency and long wavelength end of the visible spectrum. Infrared waves are sometimes referred to as a heat waves because these water molecules present in most materials readily absorb infrared waves. Many other molecules, for example carbon dioxide, NH3, also absorb infrared waves. After absorption, their thermal motion increases. That is, they heat up and heat their surroundings. Infrared lamps are used in physical therapy. Infrared radiation also plays an important role in maintaining the earth's warmth or average temperature through the greenhouse effect. So we can say that greenhouse effect is due to these infrared waves. So without greenhouse effect we cannot live on the earth, and that means we can say that due to this infrared we are having this effect of greenhouse effect, and due to that we can live on the earth. Now incoming visible light which passes related to the atmosphere that is absorbed by the earth's surface and radiated as infrared radiation. This radiation is trapped by greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and water vapor. Infrared detectors are used in Earth satellites both for military purpose and for observation of growth of crops. Electronic devices, for example semiconductor light emitting diodes, also emit infrared and are widely used in a remote switching of household electronic systems such as TV sets, video recorders and hi-fi systems. So these are the uses of that infrared waves. Now we will learn the next, that is wave number 4, that is very well known, visible waves. So in this sequence, visible waves that we have already discussed earlier, visible wave band are generally ranging from about frequency range for them is about, frequency range is normally ranging from 4 into 10 raised to 14 hertz to about 7 into 10 raised to 14 hertz. So this is the basic range, or a wavelength range of about 700 to 400 nanometer. So if we go with the wavelength, then it will last about, that is 700 nanometer to about 400 nanometers. Visible light emitted or reflected from objects around us provide us information about the world. Our eyes are sensitive to this range of wavelength. Different animals are sensitive to different ranges of wavelength. For example, snakes can detect infrared waves, and the visible range of many insects extend well into the ultraviolet. So now the next wave that we will understood, that is the ultraviolet rays. So we can say that the next wave, that is wave number 5, that will be ultraviolet waves. So basically that how these ultraviolet waves are explained. Now they are also harmful for living beings, or we can say that for a human beings. It covers wavelength ranging from about 4 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter, that is 400 nanometer to about 0.6 nanometer. So here we can explain that wavelength range is from 400 nanometer to, that is 0.6 nanometer. Ultraviolet radiation is produced by a special lamps and a very hot bodies. So they are produced by special lamps and very hot bodies. The sun is an important source of ultraviolet waves or light. So these very hot bodies, or we can say that which type of examples can be explained, that is the sun. So the sun is the example of, the sun is example of it, and we can say that it is example of very hot body. So we can explain it that it is the source of IR rays and it produces too much hotness. Most of it absorbed in ozone layer. So ozone layer's importance comes here when we say that these UV light or ultraviolet lights are very harmful for human or a living being, but that most of the light is absorbed by ozone layer. So we can say here that ozone layer So ozone layer absorb most of this light or that UV light that is coming from the sun, and which is at the altitude of about 40 to 50 kilometer above the atmosphere. UV light is in a large quantities has harmful effect on the humans. Exposure to UV radiation induces the production of more melanin, causing tanning of the skin. UV radiation is absorbed by ordinary glass, so they are also absorbed by ordinary glass. So ordinary glasses are also the object that can absorb this UV light. Hence, one cannot get tan or sunburn through glass windows. Welders wear special glass goggles or face masks with glass windows to protect their eyes from large amount of UV produced by welding arcs. Due to its shorter wavelength, UV radiations can be focused into a very narrow beams for a high precision application such as LASIK, that is called laser assisted in situ keratomycesis, which is called as an eye surgery. UV lamps are used to kill germs in a water purifiers. Now ozone layers in the atmosphere plays a protective role, and hence its depletion by chlorofluorocarbons, which are called CFC gases, or the example of this CFC gas is a freon, is a matter of international concern, because due to this the ozone layer getting thinner and thinner. So this is the issue of concern. Now we can move further, that is the next portion. So here first of all, as we studied total 5 waves, now we will move towards the next, that is the sixth wave, that is called X-rays. Now what are the speciality of this X-ray and how they are produced? So beyond the UV region of the electromagnetic spectrum lies the X-ray region. We are familiar with X-rays because of its medical applications. So X-rays are having very well known, that is medical applications. It covers wavelength from about 10 raised to minus 8 meter, that is 10 nanometer. So the wavelength ranges from about 10 nanometer. So it is ranging from 10 nanometer to 10 raised to minus 13 meter, that is 10 raised to minus 4 nanometer. 10 raised to minus 4 nanometer. So here also it should be nanometer. It looks like millimeter. So it is ranging from 10 nanometer to about 10 raised to minus 4 nanometer. One common way to generate X-ray is to bombard a metal target by high energy electrons. X-rays are used as a diagnostic tools in a medicine and as a treatment for certain forms of cancer. Because X-rays damages or destroy living tissues and organisms, care must be taken to avoid unnecessary or overexposure of X-rays. So the overexposure of X-ray must be stopped, or we should not take overexposure of it. And now we will move to the next and the last wave or last electromagnetic wave, which are called gamma rays. So they are called gamma rays. Now what are these rays? They lie in the upper frequency range of the electromagnetic spectrum and have wavelength of from about 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So that wavelength range that is 10 to the power minus 10 meter to that is 10 raised to minus 14 meter. This high frequency radiation is produced in a nuclear reaction and also emitted by radioactive nuclei. They are used in a medicine to destroy cancer cells. So these are the basic rays or electromagnetic rays that are in our course that we have to study. Beside all this, all the students are informed to go with the book and prepare the table 8.1 of this chapter, in which they have explained the different types of electromagnetic waves in their sequence, and they have shortly explained their types, their wavelength range, how they can produce, or that how the production of these waves are possible and how they are detected. So the short summary of these waves are given in that table. So you all are informed to go with that table so that you can understood it better. And this is the end of the theory of this chapter number 8.